Hey guys, so I'm taking my weight this morning. I just got up. If I sound like I actually just got up, so I'm 140.0. So yeah, that's my updated weight. I have nothing on, no jewelry, anything like that. Just skin and on the scale. So there it is. Hi everyone, I came back from Walmart and I got my package. In here I have my gym bag, my new gym bag. The one that I currently have has gotten so old, so it was time to get a new gym bag. I'll probably show you this in the end. I'm very excited. I like anything to do with gym attire and gym gear. That gets me excited. So anyways, let me go through my groceries really quick with you and just talk a little bit about it. Alright guys, so I know you have seen quite a few of my grocery hauls, but I wanted to show you what I was doing different this time. For one, what I'm currently snacking on. Well, I'm trying these nuts. These nuts. Babe. Okay, guys. So, yeah, I've seen quite a few of my grocery hauls before. I'll start with the snacks. My preference, as you know, is almonds, just raw almonds, unsalted almonds, but I kind of got tired of that. And then when I went to Walmart today, I saw cashew nuts, so I decided to just pick that up and try. And this is I'm going to use this as a fat source for the most part. Okay, so a serving is about quarter cup, which is like what, 28 grams. And from this 28 grams, you get 13 grams of fat. And the carb content is 8 grams and protein 5 grams. So you get a little bit of your macros, each macro. And as you know, well, if you have been following me for a while, I cannot really consume peanuts. So that is why I went to almonds in the first place, but I kind of got tired of that. So now I'm going to try these cashews. Then some snacks by Mariani. We always buy these. They're different flavors. These ones are almond cherry, and there's also one with blueberry, and there are others with chocolate and so on, but trying to keep up with our cut, we pick these up, kind of snack on. Something else that we've been trying to, and these come from Whole Foods, these turkey sticks. Okay, I like these a lot. Just kind of, because when you're snacking, when you're cutting, you want to make sure you snack on high protein as opposed to like high fat, for example. 8 grams of protein, and it's gluten-free. There's no soy added or any trans fat. And if you go through the ingredients list, it's basically turkey with spices, because you also want your foods to taste good. One of the misconceptions is that when you're cutting, you cannot enjoy food that tastes good. So this is like a good option for snacking. Alright, so these, and there's also that, okay, in addition to the cashews. And what I do, I just usually weigh out what I need and put those in a Ziploc bag, and that's it. And then some other things on here. So the almond milk over here. I'll just put this in the camera. Okay, we go for unsweetened almond milk. No sugar added. And what's interesting is that here, according to the label, a cup of milk, well, there isn't a lot going on in a cup of milk. You know, if you look at the fat, for example, and the carbs, okay, total carbs is less than 1 gram, protein is about 1 gram, and the fats is about 2.5 grams. So it's a good option compared to, for example, whole milk. If you're looking at, I guess, a lean option. And just, you know, not to project anything on you guys, but we usually go for unsweetened, just so we're not consuming something that's highly processed. But that's just our preference. Okay, so no added sugar in this case. And on that note, with regards to sweeteners, we use agave. Okay, we used to use honey for the most part, but we have since switched to agave because there's this issue with honey and honey not being pure. Some options out there on the shelf, so you just want to be careful if you do use honey. But what I like about the agave, just like other foods like sweet potatoes, for example, agave has a low glycemic index. So what it does, it helps keep your energy levels up over time. Okay, it's not what we call a fast carb. You know, you do not consume it and then you burn out really quick. Okay, so that is why a lot of bodybuilders also consume foods like sweet potatoes. Okay, just as an example, because they're low glycemic index foods. And I was talking about snacks and I forgot to mention these nuts by Planters. Okay, my husband actually consumes this for the most part. I remember my issue with peanuts, so I try to stay away from that. That is why I went to just almonds or cashews, for example. But this is also one of our snack options. And then these cuties. Oh my gosh, I love these. I do not really count fruits and veggies in my carbs. These are very high fiber foods, so they're not really gonna alter your carb macros at all. These go through fast. Your body cannot digest fiber anyway. They just help with keeping your digestive tract clean. And then fruits are just a good source. They're great for providing you with vitamin C. Here I have some avocados. For the most part, I'm eating these raw, as I used to. So I'm not making any guac at this point in time. It's just easier to just slice them up and eat them like that with breakfast or lunch. And I'm probably not going to show you everything, but we got some tomatoes, bananas, some grapes. Okay, we use this in our smoothies. We still make our smoothies. I probably have a smoothie once every other day. Okay, not as part of my macros for carbs. But I'll tell you, if I do have a glass of smoothie before I go work out, I feel pretty good. And smoothies too, you know, because of all of the fiber and so on you get from your fruits, you know, a smoothie helps you when you go to the restroom. You know, you just kind of go a little bit easier. Anyways, some mixed vegetables. Try to go organic, low processed as much as possible. Some pears. That's for our smoothies as well. Lemons for preparing fish for the most part. And I ran out of ketchup, so I got this. This is the only one I use. Other than that, I have some kale. If you have been following me, you know this is like my favorite green. So you can have this raw, or you can even bake them to make kale chips or saute. But on this cut, I'm having my kale raw for the most part. Some sweet potatoes here. Trying to stay away from the white potatoes. Okay, sweet potatoes are a great option. And then some tilapia. You know, people tend to discredit fish in general. I guess the whole issue with mercury poisoning and all that. But, you know, guys, do your research. That's just not something to state in general. Another argument I heard is that fish does not have a lot of protein. Well, I mean, fish itself, you know, is a high protein food. You know, for example, 115 grams of tilapia will give you 21 grams of protein. You can compare that to shredded chicken breast, for example. 112 grams will give you just about the same. or about 22 grams, 22 to 23 grams of protein as well. So fish as a protein source is right there with chicken. And I usually just get the 2-pound bags. Some grounded turkey. Okay, we go all natural. Very lean cut. I love this. We love making homemade tacos, even with pasta. You cook this up with some pasta sauce and add some veggies in there, like your mushrooms and so on. We love this. And then for breakfast, a popular option is the turkey sausage. Okay, and we usually get the different flavors as well. Right here, right here. So guys, if you know, I'll link right now my reading my food label video. These labels are here for a reason. Whether you're trying to put on weight or lean out or whatever, food labels are there for a reason. And I can tell you by counting my macros and following my nutrition plan that I made. And when I say nutrition plan, you know, not anything extensive, but by reading, you know, calculating my macros, recalculating every so often, like every 3 weeks or whatever, as I'm shedding the pounds, that really, really does help, learning how to read a food label. And then some tea, because I know some people ask me this on Instagram. No, I'm not drinking tea for weight loss. I do not know anything about tea and weight loss at all. This is just by habit. You know, coming from the Caribbean, tea is like a thing, you know. And I like drinking tea at night, just helps me to relax. I'm not doing this for any sort of leaning out purposes. If you look at this label right here, it's basically tea leaves, okay? So no fads and gimmicks. I'm not doing any crazy drinks, any crazy cleanse. I'm just doing my workouts. I'm doing more cardio than usual. Well, probably 3-4 times a day for about half an hour. I'm sticking to fasted and HIIT cardio. And respecting my macros, okay? And my weigh-in video will show you guys that I'm right there on track on this cut. Alright, so that's it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this little haul. There isn't much with regards to chicken and stuff going on here. You just saw me come from Whole Foods, and we do have stuff in the fridge anyway. So very often, you know, that happens where we have stuff, other things there in the fridge or in the pantry. So you might not see them on this video. Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you about fasted cardio a little bit just before I go to bed. It's very late. It's late. I need to be in bed. But fasted cardio, if you follow me on Instagram, if you do not follow me on Instagram, please check me out at the Carib Spice. And you know, that is where I post pictures, daily motivation, quotes, just other things that you will not actually see on YouTube, because Instagram lends itself better to those kinds of posts. So just check me out on there, follow, and check out some of my content on Instagram as well. But if you do follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I've been doing more cardio for the obvious reason that I'm currently cutting. You just saw my weigh in. I started my cut on November 1st, 1st I think, at 147 pounds, and now I'm down to 140. Really and truly, I've been around 139.2, 140, but I believe by the end of this week, okay, by the end of today's January 3rd, so probably within a week, I'm definitely going to be down in the 130s, probably 139, 138. Now, be mindful that at the very beginning of my cut, I said that I wanted to take this cut slow as I can. That is because I really do not have a lot of fat to lose, but at the same time, I do need to bring out those muscle bellies and so on. So I've been doing cardio, a little bit more cardio, and my whole routine, my whole workout schedule has changed because of the cardio that I'm doing. My preference for cardio is actually HIIT cardio. I do cardio about 4 days a week. On my work days, I go in the morning. just so I'm not rushed in the afternoon. And really and truly, I don't want to do cardio in the afternoon after teaching plus my weight training. So I go in the morning, I leave home around 4, and that gives me enough time to get my cardio done. And if I have enough time, I'll actually do other exercises. So for example, on Monday, I'll go and get my cardio done, and then I'll also do lats. Now, Monday is really a rest day. I usually work my back on Tuesday, but I also have a lats focus session, so I try to do about 8 sets of heavy, whether it's dumbbell rows or whatever, for my lats. So anyways, going back to the cardio, my preference for cardio is HIIT cardio, and I will talk about HIIT cardio in a different video. But HIIT is essentially high intensity interval training, and it cuts down on the amount of time you spend doing cardio, and it also helps you to preserve muscle as well. The machines I work with, I like doing HIIT on the Stairmaster or the treadmill, but I do other things as well, sprints, the battle ropes, just different exercises. However, out of those 4 days, I do a day or two of fasted cardio. And guys, bear in mind, you'll hear tons of different points of views on fasted cardio, on any type of cardio. As a matter of fact, anything related to fitness, you'll get so many different bits and pieces of information and opinion and so on and so forth. But remember, this is my first cut, so it's a learning process for me as well. But what I can tell you, as of now, that is what has been working for me. I'm starting to see the results. My body's starting to trim down. My waistline is smaller. My face is starting to get a little bit, you know, slimmer, thinner. And that is just going to only progress over time. I do fasted cardio because it is one way to burn fat effectively if you know what you're doing, if you understand what you're doing. People confuse fasted cardio with fed cardio, okay? Fasted cardio is just that. It's working out, it's doing cardio in a fasted state. Fed cardio, which a lot of people do, is where you work out a couple of hours after eating, okay? Fasted cardio is when your insulin level in your body is low. There's no processing of food taking place. So ideally, it's done when you get up. Okay, you get up, the first thing you do is cardio. That is what fasted cardio is. Because when you're sleeping, when your body is at rest, your insulin levels will drop because you're no longer processing the food. Okay, when you have a meal, the insulin level goes up. Okay, the point of the insulin, well, one purpose of the insulin is to help shuffle or shuttle the nutrients to your body, whether it's your muscle or, you know, and so on and so forth. Because the point of digestion is to break down the molecules in your food so they can go do whatever function. Like protein, for example, will get broken down into amino acids, and that will go to your muscle to help build up your muscle. So your insulin levels are high after a meal. The reason why that is not very effective, the presence of insulin inhibits fat burning, okay? So you don't want to work out when your insulin levels are high. You want to work out in a fasted state so that it doesn't hinder fat burning. A lot of people do not like doing fasted cardio. They feel like you're tapping into your muscle. In my opinion, there's always going to be a downside to something, okay? But as I stated at the beginning of this segment of the video, my preference is HIIT cardio for a number of reasons. Fasted cardio works if you understand what you're doing. After a fasted session, you really do need to eat a balanced meal, okay? So your body is not digging into your muscle, for example. You want to make sure you replenish your body properly based on your personal needs. So that is really why I turned to fasted cardio. I do not do more than 20 to 25 minutes in a session. I guess as time progresses, probably when I'm about maybe 6 weeks out, I'll probably have to do a session in the morning and a session in the afternoon, depending on how my schedule changes. But for now, with the rate that I'm going at, I believe I'm right on track. And I also got evaluated by a professional bodybuilder, well, ex-bodybuilder, and other people who are very knowledgeable in the field. And one of these individuals competed at the Olympia status. So I'm getting the information, I'm getting the direction and the support that I need. What else can I tell you about fasted cardio? You want to work out in a fasted state because by morning time, after the period of sleeping, okay, the insulin levels will be low and your body will know to go to your fat storage as energy. If you eat a meal and go work out a couple of hours after, the body's going to go to that readily available carb, okay, especially if you had a fast carb meal. The body's going to go to that as a source of energy and not tap into your fat source. And the point of doing the cardio is to burn out that extra fat, okay, in the form of calories. So that's it. I really hope that makes sense. I know there are mixed studies, reviews, opinions on this, but the thing about bodybuilding, it's about your body, okay? We do not all respond in the same way to one method. You do truly have to figure out what's best for you. I made mistakes at the beginning, well, what I thought were mistakes. For example, you guys know that I'm a teacher, right? So what I've been doing, I would wake up, have a very heavy meal, and then try to get cardio and retraining everything done after I worked. Obviously that wasn't working because I was very exhausted in the afternoon and I didn't feel like I was very efficient with my workouts, even though I was probably doing a lot better than the bare minimum. According to my standard, I still did not feel like I was really working as I should. So I quickly addressed that. In the morning, I do cardio, fasted, and then my meal immediately after that, I will have some carbs. Okay, remember, carbs are not your enemy. You really do need carbs to maintain your lean muscle. A lot of people cut out carbs completely and your body shuts down, you go through ketosis and all that stuff, and because we believe that carbs are your enemy. Even though technically we can survive without carbs, there's a reason for it. Maintaining lean muscle and your first source of energy. I hope this video helped you a little bit to understand why I'm doing fasted cardio. Leave me your comments below. I am very tired. I apologize. It's been a long day and I do have to get ready for work. So thank you for watching. Leave me a comment and follow me on Instagram at @thecarrotspice, and you'll see lots of progress pics on there, glamour pics, posing, practice, whatever, you name it. That will all be on Instagram. And of course, share the video, and if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Bye guys.